The show just started right now. What, you just realized what, Carla Marie?
We need a strainer for the drink.
A strainer?
Yeah. But it's with your old shaker, I think. You know, one of those things?
A clapper?
Not like a pasta strainer.
Well, I know not a pasta strainer, like a cocktail strainer.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. We're good.
It's built in, isn't it? Yeah.
We're good.
Okay. Well, we are in Hype Trend Level 5, but you have, first off, welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show.
I'm Carla Marie.
My name is Anthony. I know we didn't do that in order. Let's see. We got a lot of bits and gifted subs coming in, so thank you to Dana on Long Island. Thank you to Z from NYC. Thank you to Emaran90. And during the countdown, I was thanking everyone else, so hopefully I hit everybody. I'm sure there's someone I missed because sometimes it comes through pretty quickly. Jordy Matthew, thank you very much.
Dana on Long Island is playing one of the games on the Morning Show podcast this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I have so much respect for everyone who's played a game so far because I know how nerve-wracking it can be to be put on the spot. Mm-hmm. And I don't even have to play the games because I make all of them. And everyone says the same thing. They're always like, oh, in the car, I'm always yelling out the answers and I know everything.
Right.
And then when I play, I don't know as much. But there are also people who come in and do so well. What, Carla Marie?
It's Meg, not Megan, is the one who's playing Dana. Yes.
Oh, cool. Dave C84, sorry. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. And Scotty in West Seattle / Pittsburgh. Very different places, but he's been in both. Thank you very much for the subscription. Now, we've got a lot on the list today, so I'm going to pull up the notepad for a moment.
Oh, a little peeksy?
This is all stuff that Carla Marie told me to put on the list. So, stranger in the car. Let's see. Charging your wedding guests. And this I actually know about, the last thing, the Seattle Cocktail Club. I put cocktail making.
What, are you okay?
That's not a word. I don't know what I wrote there. Cocktail basics. I can fix that right now. I'm doing this kind of quick sometimes, so let me fix that. But that's all coming up on the show. Once we get through the hype train, we'll move on into the cocktail that Carla Marie is making, or the cocktail, as the list says.
40%. Can I give you a little sneak peek of what it'll be if we get to Hype Train?
Yeah.
So the subject line that Seattle Cocktail Club sent me with the recipe was, don't let ingredients freak you out. Okay. So this week, actually today, is International Carrot Day. And later on this week, is World Health Day.
Okay.
So they've created this week's shooter, which is World Carrot Week. That's what it's called.
Okay.
And it has carrot juice and a mix of tequila and Domaine de Canton, which is a ginger liqueur, which I'm probably saying wrong, and lime juice.
So we have carrots.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
I'm not like a carrot. I've had carrot juice. My aunt used to make it all the time. I don't know why. It was like they had a juicer at my grandmother's house, and my aunt used to make carrot juice all the time.
So good for you?
Why? What's so good about carrots?
I don't know. Ask a rabbit.
Ask a rabbit? You're the one that just said it's so good for you, Carla Marie. Why would I ask a rabbit when you were the one that told me those facts? Kim from Connecticut, thank you very much for the 200 bits. And it looks like we've got a birthday in the chat.
What?
Where was it? I saw it a second ago.
Angela's birthday.
Oh, well.
We can't.
Why?
Because we have to do when we do the shot.
Even Seattle Cocktail Club said carrot juice is gross, but add tequila and it's great. So carrot juice by itself, not my thing.
We can't do birthday till shots.
Who made that rule?
My head looks like Farrah Fawcett right now.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
I mean, if it was 1973.
I don't know. I think she stands the test of time. The style and everything. All right, there we go. Not only have we made it through Hype Trend Level 5, but I also corrected my spelling mistake.
Cool. I think now's the time for you to explain the class because as I do this.
Also, Robbie and Everett, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs.
They gave us a little mix.
Or, I'm sorry, for the gifted subs. And then Robbie, who's donating here? Oh, yeah, Jen and Robbie both gifted. I had Carla Marie waving around carrot juice in my face.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's going to happen on Wednesday is Carla Marie is going to be learning.
You're there. You too.
Mainly Carla Marie is going to be learning all the cocktail making basics so that when she is creating cocktails here on the show, she looks a little more informed than she has in the past. Okay. So how to shake a cocktail, what to shake with, all of those things.
Apparently I shake them wrong.
So it's going to be all basics. What do you got in there, ice?
Yeah. Oh, okay. And there's a recipe link on Seattle Cocktail Club's website. I can send it in a second. But it's going to be on our Twitch stream, free for everybody, and it's going to be cocktail basics. So
that'll be on Wednesday. Also, UK Frog 2020, thank you very much for the 500 bits. Appreciate that very, very much. So Carla Marie is measuring out carrot juice. Now, do you just dump all the tequila in there? No. Okay.
No. We have enough.
Ooh, you're not supposed to measure like that. You gotta. Didn't they teach you in science class? You keep it on the table and then you get eye level with it. What are we trying to get here? 2 ounces?
Seattle Cocktail Club dropped the link in there, and they'll also drop it in Discord.
There you go.
That smells like fun.
That smells like fun.
They gave us a little.
Real DJ Yoshi, thank you very much for the gifted sub.
All right.
Now you shake it up.
Oh, you never see orange in there. When is the class? Is Wednesday night. I think it's at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll.
They'll probably teach you how to shake because I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it.
No, it's not. Apparently, I don't shake it enough.
Well,
remember the bartender we saw going crazy?
Bartenders are like.
My hand doesn't hold it.
This is a hard one to hold, but they're like. This is what they do, or they'll do this.
They don't.
Like they're cheering for themselves.
I don't think they do that.
That's a good shake. Enjoy. Wait, practice with my protein shaker.
Okay.
Oh, God. Careful with that.
I love this shaker. Well, if I put it on the table, no one sees the pouring. Okay.
Well, yeah, the pouring, you don't have to do it eye level.
I wonder if they're going to teach me how to do cool pouring.
We still have a birthday shout out, too.
I know. Wow, look at that. It's a real drink. I hope it's good. I didn't bring my water.
I also don't have water. You ready, Carla Marie?
Yes. So we have happy birthday to Angela. Cheers.
And thank you to Seattle Cocktail Club.
Carrots.
And thank you to you guys.
Carrot Marie.
Wow. It's actually pretty good. Well, you're going to struggle with it no matter what. Oh.
That was awesome. There was just a lot in there.
Yeah.
So I had to do 2 swallows.
That was actually really carrot juice and tequila.
Wow.
That's all that was in there? Oh, what was the third thing?
It is carrot juice, tequila, Domaine de Canton, which is ginger liqueur, and lime juice. Can I order that when I go to the bar? I should have seen me at the Jersey Shore. Can I get a carrot?
Yeah. Good luck with that one. All right. We got through all of that stuff pretty quickly, actually. Thank you to everyone who's thrown in the shot glass emotes. Those make our lives a lot easier, especially when there's a lot going on in the chat. Because sometimes we'll miss the fact that we hit the hype train right on time. So anytime you see that and it's time for us to take shots, definitely throw the emotes in there. What are you doing, Carla Marie?
Putting the link in here again.
Oh, okay.
To make your own.
So if you want to make the carrot cocktail.
Carrot? Shot. Shooter. There's a difference between shots and shooters. Shooters, I think, are when they're like a mix. Yeah,
shooters are mixed. A shot is if you're taking straight up alcohol. Oh, Robbie and Everett, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs again. Jeez.
I wonder if I'm going to learn how to make a blowjob shot on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. But I don't think that's what the purpose of the class is. I think the purpose of the class is like, oh, here are the basic tools that you need if you're going to make cocktails at home, or maybe you're, well, this would also be at home, but maybe you're building like a beach bar in your backyard.
So wait, so I thought it was a basics class. Now we're building beach bars.
No, but then this isn't where they're going to teach you how to build the bar, but they're going to teach you how to supply and stock your bar at home so you can make proper cocktails. Like we have our friend Patty who works in the radio record industry. And he built like his own, during the pandemic, his own beach bar in his backyard.
Love it.
Like a huge tiki bar.
We could do that here.
We could. It'll probably get stripped down though and stolen at some point. Let's see. What else do we have going on in
Robbie
the
never,
chat?
thank you. I don't know if Anthony said that. And Twicy, I feel like I've never seen that name before. Thanks for subscribing with Prime.
Seattle Cocktail Club said they literally said no to that specific shooter. To you, Carla Marie, probably.
No.
Or to themselves, maybe.
I don't, like, randomly bring up that.
I feel like you do, actually. I feel like there's two shots that every time you're like, oh, what should we get? There's always someone in your group that's like, fuzzy nipples.
Redheaded slut.
Yeah, those stupid shots.
Green tea shot.
You know what's funny? Before apps were as prolific as they are, I remember in college, at Seton Hall, we get issued laptops. And I remember I had back when we would call them programs, not apps. I had a program on my laptop, and it was like a digital bartender, and you could tell it everything you had in your house, and it would spit out. But it wasn't a website. It was literally
it's a website now.
Yeah, I know. But this is just how early on this was.
You had a program?
A program. And it would tell you could tell it like, oh, I've got ginger ale, 7-Up, blah, blah, blah. Give it all your mixers, tell it all the alcohol you have, and it would spit out cocktails that you can make. I know they also have something similar with just your fridge, where there's a website. You can tell this website what you have in your fridge and in your pantry, and they'll spit out different recipes.
I do that.
What?
You
do that?
I go to that website.
What's it called?
I forget what it's called.
So you don't go very often.
Big Oven, I think, does it, and there's another one.
My husband missed the birthday song. Can you play it again?
Bingo, Brittany, anything for you.
That carrot shot was good.
Do another one. His name is Flip.
All right.
Husband, not a fish.
Well, you said you were going to do another one, and now we've got shot glasses in the chat, Carla Marie.
We can't do another one at the moment. Hold on.
Can we also talk about our friend that's in the corner?
But there was a question in the chat. Okay. How come if the shot glass is not full, the things that are going in there are flying out?
It's a great question. I'm going to have to work on that. There's actually, I need to sit down possibly this weekend and do like an overhaul and an update of the graphics we have on screen. I like them. I just think they need some tinkering, and I haven't had tinkering time. Tinkering Tones has not had his time to tinker.
No.
Now, let's talk about the person behind you, or our guest behind you, not person.
This is Meadow, the Squishmallow.
So we talked about this in the My Day Friday podcast. And those things, Squishmallows, are apparently like the new
Beanie Babies.
craze. They're the new Beanie Babies, the new Furbies, the new whatever toy. Let's see, Becky from Miami. I love Squishmallows.
Like, let me just show you how, so this isn't the normal, this is a jumbo one.
Yeah.
Obviously got this one at Costco because it's a jumbo one. They did have regular size ones, but I'll tell you why we got it in a second. Hold on. This is how big it is.
So Squishmallows, apparently, much like Beanie Babies, have resale values, and people who try to collect all of them or trade them through whatever websites you got to trade. So this is a Costco Squishmallow. Costco.
Martha said not worth the money. Guess what? My friend bought one for $12 and sold it for $1,500.
$1,500.
Yep.
This is
my friend's sister.
This is like suburban mom NFTs. They're just so stupid, and people are wasting all their money on it. And I do think, for the record, because down the road, I think NFTs are going to be actually valuable. I don't think buying a monkey for $300,000 to use as your profile picture is valuable.
No. So my friend's sister resells them. She has some that she collects, but she resells a lot of them. And my friend was telling me all about this. And I had been on the lookout for them when I went to our local grocery stores, because apparently Seattle restocks before any other.
Are they based here or something?
No, but I bet you they come off the ships here.
Oh, maybe.
So they restock before like anywhere else. So I'd been on the lookout, and we had been at Costco, and I was like, Squishmallows. And Anthony's like, what are you saying?
Yeah, I didn't even know these existed until last Friday.
So I sent just a picture of the whole bin, like giant bins, to my friend. She's like, can you please get me the cow for my sister? I know she's been looking for that one for herself, not to resell. So I was like, yeah, it's ginormous. So I think, is going to mail this to her sister somehow.
Couple things in the chat. Number one, Becky from Miami said my daughter has like 15 smaller ones. Let's see. Angela said, I got my sister and mother-in-law Baby Yoda Squishmallows. And then created by Cooper said, Anthony, do you think NFTs are stupid? My son thinks they're also thinks they're stupid. Now, I think NFTs actually have a lot of value. I think the way they are being sold right now with companies just being like, yo, buy our NFT. Here's a cartoon you can buy. I think that's dumb. But I think down the road, there's going to be real value in NFTs once people figure out why you're buying them other than hype. You know, like, what are you getting access to with these NFTs other than just a profile picture of a terrible zombie or monkey or something?
Like if we had Carla Marie and Anthony NFTs, you would get access to merch before it's launched to the public, maybe, and you'd get like every time there's a new merch launch, you'd get like a gift card, maybe. I was
also talking to one of my friends at the gym here at LA Fitness in Ballard, and he was asking me if I had read up on NFTs yet because he was diving into that world. I was like, I've done a decent amount of research on it and reading. I think NFTs will be more valuable in the legal world because at some point you're not going to need the deed to your car or your house in a physical form. You're going to have something that is verifiable and digital that you can keep with you in the cloud or wherever. Also,
I think in our lifetime we will always have a paper deed to our home and registration.
Yes, I think there will always be a paper one, but I think there's going to be a traceable, verifiable digital version. Also, I think it'll really blend the digital and physical art world together because one of the big problems in the real physical art world is, what's the word I'm looking for? Fakes, but like there's a better word for it. Anyway, fake art. And I think
fart.
I think selling your physical art, your real art, with a digital version as an NFT to show that you actually have the rights to the original piece of art will be huge. There's going to be other options too, but I think the way people are buying it now is just like this cool company that makes sneakers, not even Nike, like just random companies creating digital art and selling it for a lot of money. I think that's going to die out.
Mellow, from now on, your name will be Squishmallow. And he said, where's the proof of value? And being
counterfeit.
Digital, it's risky, but proof of value, isn't that all, and everything, isn't that in the blockchain?
Yes.
Which I need another class on, or just a class on. Counterfeit is the word Anthony was looking for, and there's another.
Oh, wait, what did I write? Oh, yeah, charging you wedding guests. Sure. I need to fix that, too. What is wrong with me today? After watching SNL, it's probably just because I've got COVID brain.
Dude.
Did anyone watch SNL? I actually thought SNL was phenomenal this week.
I was falling asleep watching it, and my mom does this, so I don't know if you caught me doing this. I was falling asleep watching it.
Yeah.
But Anthony kept laughing, so I would like wake up and be like, ha, 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 and go back to sleep. My mom does that all the time, and my dad's like, just sleep.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to pretend like you're awake.
Yeah.
Just sleep. But
you being awake does not impact me enjoying something I'm watching at all.
But it was like I was like it's when you're hypnotized, you feel like you need to do something because everyone else is doing it. So I need to go back and watch because what I did watch was funny.
I thought it was very, very good. Let's see if this fixed itself. No, it didn't have to.
I think, and here's the thing, and maybe we should take a page out of SNL's book. I think when they take time off, they always take a few weeks off because you can't do that every Saturday.
Well, they have seasons,
entire year. I think we might need to have some seasons.
I think we could do that. We haven't taken an actual vacation or anything. Have we taken a single day off of Twitch this year?
Yeah, I forget what it was, but we did. We do have some coming up.
We do, exactly. Let's see. I didn't watch WrestleMania, which I would like to catch up on because I heard it was very, very good. Let's see. What are you doing over there? Getting rid of our friend? What's the name? Meadow?
Meadow. Oh, there's a description on the tag.
Oh, what is Meadow's description?
If spring is your favorite season, Meadow is the mallow for you. They love the transition from dreary winter grays to lush, bright colors, especially the smell of blooming flowers. Want to hear their favorite part? Listening to thunderstorms at night.
All right. Well, thanks for that info.
Oh, Squish date, 9/19/2020. This thing was made in 2020, and it's got a specific
Get
number.
it out of here. Get it out of here.
Oh, distributed by Costco. So this is like a Costco specific. Kelly Toys Holdings. Damn, we need to make a Squishmallow. Something like that.
Man, I have such respect for people who figure out how to market products and entertainment to kids, because it's way harder than targeting stuff at adults. The attention span is shorter. They care about less.
Yeah, but once
there's
you get them.
different things. Yeah, but and that's the thing. It's like dangerously impressive is how I would categorize it. Because once you get a kid to like something, I mean, you're going to clear out their parents' bank account. And that's why Disney is one of the richest companies out there. It's because they figured out they don't need to market to adults.
No. They
need to market to kids and get the adults to then buy all of those things. It's kind of Legoland, same thing.
I know.
It's kind of wacky.
Ben Cal just subscribed with Prime and said, sub anniversary on my birthday.
Oh, cool.
Congrats to you guys for being so damn awesome and loving the podcast.
Happy birthday. Vicky said, here's my problem with those things, talking about the Squishmallows. They're huge. If your child is collecting them, where the heck do you put them?
So the other ones are much smaller, but they're still bigger. Like, it's not like Beanie Babies. They're like this big. So
yeah,
you tell your kid you can't have more than 5.
Or you say, we're getting rid of your pillows and you're going to have Squishmallows.
I mean, yeah, they're so comfortable. Honestly, like, maybe we don't give it to Hannah.
It is pretty comfortable. All right, moving on. So the first or real second thing on the list is stranger in the car. And I don't know what this means. I don't know why
I haven't told Anthony this story yet.
So please explain, Carla Marie.
Okay. So Saturday morning, I am driving down Northwest Market here in Ballard, and I pull over right near Orange Theory, and there is a homeless man up and down the street, like screaming. And class had just gotten out at Orange Theory.
Okay.
And he was screaming like close to people and yelling at them, like cursing them, like kind of threatening them. And I'm like, oh God. So I park my car and I see this girl look at me like with these eyes, like she's so scared. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm so scared too. And she like goes across the street and then doesn't. And then I hear a tap on my car and I'm like, oh my God, this man is here. No, it was her. And she's like, can I get in your car? And I was like, yes. And I open my door and this girl who just got out of Orange Theory, I can tell she was super sweaty, pops into my car. And I'm like, she's like, thank you so much. I'm like, no, you're good. No worries. I was like,
how close was the guy?
When she got in the car?
Yeah.
15 feet away maybe.
Okay.
And I said, actually go to Orange Theory. She's like, oh, it's a great workout today. I was like, what is happening?
How long was she in your car?
She's like, so the guy is walking down the street now. And she's like, well, that's my car right there, and my friends are all the way down there. So I'd later find out that she had her car locked, and her friends were trying to get in her car, but she had abandoned them to get in my car. And she's like, come here, this girl let us in her car. So they come, and they're about to get in the car, and then he leaves.
Okay.
But she's like, she let me in her car. She goes to Orange Theory, too, and they're like, oh, leave it up to another Orange Theory person.
Oh, so they're all Orange Theory
all
people.
of them. She's like, leave it up to another Orange Theory person to save your life. And I was like, I'm officially in this cult now.
Wow, Hero Marie.
And it was crazy. And I was like, that was just so nuts. I texted Erica and Colleen because we have an Orange Theory group chat. Mm-hmm. Although the two of them have never met each other. They're my two friends that go to Orange Theory. I was like, I can't tell Anthony. I need to wait. So then on Sunday, I go to class and I walk in and there's the girl.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, oh my God.
In your class? Or is she?
She was leaving.
Oh, okay.
And I said, she looks at me, I look at her, I'm like, oh my God. She's like, have you been telling everyone? And just the way that like my brain worked in that moment was, no, I hadn't really told anyone because I was waiting. So I was like, no, I have a Twitch show. I was like, you idiot. Why are you so weird? And I was like, no, I actually really haven't told anyone except for like two of my really close friends who also go to Orange Theory. I've been saving it because I do a show on Twitch. And she's like, what's Twitch? So I start telling her, I meet her. Her name is Corey and her friend's name is Tara. And she's like, yeah, I was telling everyone how this girl saved my life. And I was like, what? So like I'm someone else's person.
That's
saved
great.
Their life. So I'm telling her, and I was like, oh, we're also on YouTube. And she's like, oh, I'll probably watch it on YouTube. So she's going to watch it today.
Well, it's going to take her a while. It's going to take her like 30 minutes to get to us talking about her.
She'll see it on the list. She'll know that's her.
True.
I don't think she's here watching. But, yeah, it was crazy. And we just started talking about Orange Theory. I was like, I'm new here. Like, I'm not really doing the workout right now because I have to take it easy. So I'm just like kind of here for fun. And she was super cool. Sorry, there's a cat hair in my nose. Super cool, super nice. So I made friends. So that happened also.
Now, you made friends like you're going to hang out with her, or you just made like a person that you know, an acquaintance?
I made you have your LA Fitness in Ballard friends? Mm-hmm. There's my Orange Theory Fitness in Ballard.
And you're catching up on saving people.
I know.
In Ballard. Because I've been basically the Ballard superhero for some time now. You know,
Don't steal my thunder. Don't tell
you're trying to steal my thunder. I'm the superhero in Ballard. I'm the one who saves unexpected victims. No, that sounds like I'm attacking them.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm the one that swoops in from the shadows and saves people. That also sounds kind of weird.
Like, what are you, Batman?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. And here I am in Ballard. I am.
You did one Heimlich maneuver, and you think you saved the whole town.
The next week, I think it was, at the same Five Guys, there was like an Uber Eats driver who had to pick up a huge order, and they left without their fries. And then the guy, when he realized that they left without their fries, was like, oh man, that person left without their fries. So I said, I'll be right back. And I took the fries, and I ran down to the parking lot, and I was like, hey, you left your fries. And I saved their day.
Okay, so again, you didn't save a human that time.
I did. The person would have gotten a good tip because they would have forgotten their fries. So I did. I sure did. I do need a cape. I don't think I'd be a superhero with a cape, though.
You totally wear tights.
I think I would do the full tights, right? And maybe like a cool crown helmet to show how special I am.
Anyway, I saved a person by letting a stranger in my car.
That is pretty cool.
Have you ever done that?
I have not. I have not. There were 2 times in Jersey City where there was a stranger in or under either one of our station cars or a friend's car, and that got real sketchy.
In the car?
Yeah. My friend Dana, one time she was going, this is when we were all at KTU. She had woken up early to do an event, got to the station, got to the truck, and there was just some dude sleeping in the back of it.
Well, what idiot didn't lock it?
Well, someone didn't lock it, and it seemed like it was just a guy who passed out drunk and his friends left him somewhere. The other time was more scary. We were coming back. There was a bunch of us coming back from an event, and our friend Christy had parked on the top level of the Newport Towers parking garage. Mm-hmm. And you've got to remember that back in the day, Jersey City was not as safe as it is now. Still a big city, still has some crime, but it's much safer now than it used to be. And we were all walking towards Christy's car, and there was a guy under it who was clearly about to like either attack her or try to get into the car and rob it, like rob her belongings, steal her belongings, or steal the car itself. And he kind of like scurried off, but that was crazy.
See,
so then no one parked on the top floor anymore.
I always think of this. One time I had shared something on social media about something about looking in the back of your car. Mm-hmm. Always, especially if you're a woman, blah, blah, whatever. And some guy responded and said something along the lines of, see, you're singling out women in this situation. You shouldn't have to, blah, blah. I said, because we have been taught for years to specifically look in our backseat every time we get in our car, because that is how women are kidnapped, murdered, and raped. Yeah. So I will continue to do that, and I will continue to tell women to do that because it happens. He's like, oh, I didn't know, whatever. I'm like,
yeah. No, women have way more to worry about, unfortunately, when they go out than men do.
Yeah.
That's just the way the world is. That doesn't mean that men don't get attacked or robbed or mugged or killed. That's not what that means at all. It just means that on a random casual night out, a woman has way more, a higher likelihood of getting attacked in some capacity than a man does. Although, I would add, the caveat there is completely unprovoked, because men do get into fights. They usually are dumb enough to provoke them themselves, though. So, like, I feel like, generally speaking, when men get into trouble, it's something that we also did. That, again, that doesn't mean you can't get jumped or something on the street. But when men have a bad night out, it's usually something they did as well. What are you looking for, Carla Marie?
Well, Jersey Quinn called me the Ballard Baddie, so I'm going to take that.
That's good.
Someone said you'd be like Peacemaker, and I think that if Anthony was any superhero, you would be Peacemaker.
Yeah,
specifically the fact that it's John Cena as Peacemaker is the best.
If you haven't watched Peacemaker yet, do yourself a favor. It is hilarious.
Don't watch it with kids.
Yeah, it's like an R-rated comic.
Yeah.
Movie.
Court said, Mike and I have completely different ideas of what parking lot safety is, and it always blows my mind.
Yeah.
Every time I'm in a parking lot, I'm like, all right, well, odds of me dying are higher right now.
I had an ex-girlfriend who got jumped.
What?
Well, not jumped. She got, I guess you would call it mugged. Like, they basically, stole her bag and ran away. But I think they pulled out a knife or something. This is years and years ago, so I don't remember all the details.
And you weren't there to save her?
I wasn't, no. I wasn't there.
Did you feel bad?
I did. Not that I mean, obviously I couldn't have known.
No.
But that felt pretty crappy.
I bet.
Let's see. What are you reading, Carla Marie?
Scotty said a friend parked at SeaTac Airport. He forgot to lock, and a homeless person slept inside. They drove away, and the person was still sleeping in the back.
That's hilarious and terrifying at the same time. Let's see. Who's winning the game tonight? So we got Kansas and North Carolina. I'm going to say Kansas. I think North Carolina's run as an 8 seed ends. I also just don't want to see North Carolina win another championship. I'm although Kansas is also your typical blue blood. Rockhawk Jayhawk. And I don't like Kansas. I think they're a boring ass team. But I think Kansas is the better team. Let's see. It's funny. I don't really have a preference to who would win tonight. Normally, even if they're not teams that I like, right? I can root for one over the other for some reason. But I've got zero connection and as much disdain for both teams. So I'm going to watch it, obviously, but I just don't care what's going to happen.
Okay.
You got to watch the NCAA championship. I watched a little bit of the women's championship yesterday, which was kind of cool because
I saw a recap stuff.
So I hate UConn, and I know there's Connecticut people in here, but as a Seton Hall fan, you kind of have to hate UConn. However, what their women's team has been able to do is pretty impressive over the last 20 years, but they lost.
Martha said, you know me, so root for Kansas.
That's true.
All right.
I'm sure there's someone in here that's also rooting for North Carolina, though. Let's see.
Oh, Linda went to school with the assistant coach at UNC.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Now, next on the list is charging your wedding guests. And this is something that Carla Marie sent to me and said, put on the list, so I don't know what we're talking about.
Did you say the Carla Marie?
No, I said Carla Marie.
This is something the Carla Marie sent me.
Maybe. Well, what do we got, the Carla Marie?
Okay, so I saw this show up on BuzzFeed. And it said this bride charged each guest $75 for their dinner plate at her wedding, and people are saying it's actually becoming a common thing. So, the person who submitted it said, we received the most beautiful wedding invitation via mail and have responded well before the deadline with our choice of dinner and space for two. Days later, we received a sweet voicemail of thanks for responding, following by a request for $150 to cover dinner at $75 per person. Okay, what? Has anyone ever heard of this happening? What in all creation on planet Earth? By the way, there's not a destination wedding, and even at those we've attended, we've never had to pay for a plate.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, from a practicality standpoint, I don't hate it, okay? From a practicality standpoint, I do not hate it. Because, and this again is, we've talked about this in the past, generally speaking, it's more of a New York, New Jersey, Connecticut custom, or maybe East Coast in general, to show up to the wedding. I know my parents used to do this. I know your parents probably used to do it too, or still do it. You show up to the wedding with a blank checkbook, and then you try to figure out how much money per person.
I know people who still do this.
Yeah. How much money per person it costs the bride and groom, and then you write a check for that.
Or you go with hundreds and you take it out. This is a thing.
I do think that giving out money or paying towards something,
right,
as opposed to showing up with a gift or doing the whole registry thing, I think that is going to take over.
So it's interesting because
I don't know if this will.
Say it's on average in New Jersey, you're going to, not on average, it's about $150 a person for a wedding gift to go to a Jersey wedding, right? Yeah. if they said to me, like, here's basically an advance on our gift, whatever you were going to give us, take $75 off, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that's true.
This way they're not putting it on their credit cards.
So here's the problem. And I've said this before on the podcast. I've said it before. It is not my problem that you had an expensive wedding.
Right.
It is not my problem that you took a loan out for your wedding and because you wanted to be extravagant. So I don't think it should be my problem to pay for my plate when you invited me as a guest. I should still be giving you a gift.
Correct.
Whatever that amount is, whether it's more or less than the cost of me being there, it is still a gift. And you invited me not because I'm going to pay for myself, but you invited me hypothetically, or the person I'm going with, because you wanted us to be there to celebrate your day.
But the idea of kind of giving half your gift in advance.
But is that what it was?
No, I don't know. We don't have the rest of how it turned out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that idea.
It's very tough. And I've had this conversation, this argument with people who have said like, oh, well, if everyone at the wedding gives me this much, then I should be able to pay for most of my wedding. It's like, it's not their problem.
No, and
it's not your guest's problem that you went above and beyond for your own party. This is a party that you threw for yourself. No one else is responsible to pay for it.
Like, we talk about this so often, but it is disgusting how expensive weddings are. And we talk about like the pink tax, right? So if pink tax is female clothing, things are more expensive than men, you say it's a wedding and they just automatically charge you more for things.
Yeah.
So.
And it's because I think the people who work in the wedding industry, they know that you've been saving up for this day. Generally speaking, you've been saving up for this day for a long time, and they are going to try to milk every dollar they can out of you.
It's just so stupid. Think about the amount of money you could save or the property you could buy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are people that spend $100,000 on their wedding. That is a down payment on a very large home.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to kick you. I wasn't trying to send signals. I was actually.
Sonali said, I've been on Team Anthony a lot lately. Listen, welcome to the club. It's a great place to be. A lot of sense is made on Anthony Island.
94% of people said, no, it is not okay to charge your wedding guests.
Yeah.
I think that's been the most.
And like I said, from a practicality standpoint, I get it. From a practicality standpoint, you say, hey, let's get rid of all of this guesswork. Here's how much it's going to cost for you to show up to my wedding. If you'd like to pay it, here it is.
Read this.
So I understand that. Read what? I can't read. What are you trying to do to me?
Back in November, my best friend and I were invited to a wedding. We had to pay for our dinner and drinks. Between the two of us, the check was about $300. This was also a destination wedding in Vegas. Did you also give a gift?
I'm curious, Sweet Eats by V, how that happened. Did they say as you showed up, like, hey, here's a menu and you're buying your menu item? You know what I mean? Like, was it almost like showing up to a Chili's and you're like, oh, I'll take this appetizer and I'll take this main course, and now I'm going to pay the bill at the end of the night. How did that all work? Because that's an interesting concept, to pay for your dinner and your drinks. I have heard of weddings that had cash bars.
I'm going to make sure I stop handing the card in too soon at these weddings in the little card bucket. I'm going to hang on just in case they're like, here's your bill.
I don't think that's like happening a lot. I think it's kind of a rarity.
I think if someone's going to do that, they need to just tell you in advance, only because it's not the norm.
Let's see. Nope, this is different. This is from Angela in Spokane. I had friends get married in Vegas. No gift. Us being there was the gift. It's tough, right? Because Carla Marie and I specifically, we are away from everyone that we know, right? There aren't a lot of people that we know in the Washington area whose weddings we're getting invited to.
Right. We have one.
So almost every wedding that I go to, I've got to travel for. So now for every wedding I'm going to, I'm spending, between hotel, flight, gift, whatever, I'm spending close to $1,000 going to any single wedding that I'm going to.
And because no weddings are close to us either.
Yeah.
It's a far-ass flight.
Yeah, it's Florida and New Jersey, basically. Yeah. Michigan, Florida, New Jersey.
And so you have to fly at least a day in advance because of what if your flight gets canceled or whatever. And it's just like, I was talking to actually our chiropractor, Dr. Swick, about this. He was invited to a wedding in Buffalo, New York, because he went to college with a bunch of people who still live out there. And he said for him to get to this wedding, it would be 9 hours of flying because there was no direct flight each way. And the round trip was going to cost him $1,000. He's like, this is my best friend. He said, or I can maybe take cheaper flights, but then I have to take days off of work. Yeah. And I'm also losing money at the clinic, obviously. He's like, it's crazy. Yeah. It is absolutely. I was like, I don't even know what to tell you to do.
So this is kind of on the same line of what I said earlier. But Vicky said, if your venue is too expensive for you, choose a different venue. It's not your guest's responsibility to pay for your vision. And I agree with that 100%, as you could probably tell for all the things that I've said. And I've heard people say like, oh, if this person gives less than blah, blah, blah at my wedding, like I'm going to really like question my friendship with them. It's like, no, it's not their problem that you chose to have all of those things at your wedding.
It doesn't mean they don't love you or like you. You don't know what you never know what anyone's financial situation is. It may look great on the outside, and that's because everyone tries to put up a front and pretend like they have money. But just because someone dresses nice or looks like they have money certainly does not mean that they have any money. Yeah.
And Renee, I think this is going towards what I said before about every wedding I go to is going to cost me about $1,000. I do 100% have the option to not go to any of these weddings. Yeah. No one's ever going to hold it against me. And even if they did, I wouldn't really care. The other part of wedding planning that I think everyone needs to hear, and I feel like I've said this before, when it comes to how much you're going to spend, and not only the financial commitment that you can expect from your friends and your family, but the time commitment, the energy, all of it, right? Your wedding is important to you. I'm going to say it again. Your wedding is important to you. It is way less important to everybody else. Now, your family, your really close friends who are involved in your life on a daily basis, they might care a lot. Still less important to them than it is to you. And when people expect their guests to invest the same financially, energy-wise, and time-wise into their weddings, it is not fair. No one should care about your wedding as much as you. And if you're getting mad because like, oh, they don't care about my day, they shouldn't. They're not getting married.
I also feel like in the relationship, there is always one person who cares more.
Usually. And that's usually the person who likes to plan more just because they like to. Whoever's more controlling in the relationship usually ends up doing that. But I know, like, for myself, I would want to be involved in most of the details, not all, most of the details of my wedding. But I don't expect anyone to care about those details, to care about the time commitment, the financial commitment, as much as I do. Because that's stupid.
Yeah.
When people get mad that their friends and family don't care about themselves as much, it's just weird.
Like, people have lives to live.
Yeah. Same goes for destination weddings. If I flew to Mexico, I don't give a gift. So I've struggled with that so much. And I actually don't think I've been to many true destination weddings. Mainly because all of the weddings I've gone to, someone's family lives in that area. So it's tough. Like when we were at a wedding, Carla Marie and I went to my friend John's wedding in Michigan.
Yep.
That's because John's now wife is from that area.
The wedding in Florida, Elizabeth and David, well, they lived still like 2-3 hours away from where the wedding was.
Yeah, that was probably a true destination wedding, I think. Because not one person at that wedding
lived in the Keys.
In the Keys at all. So I would consider that a destination wedding.
I guess I've never been to like an island wedding.
I've been to.
I think they're genius though, because that's how you weed out the people. Mm-hmm. Truly.
And if you want people to care about all of the events surrounding your wedding,
you bring it to a place.
Doing it at a place that's away from everyone's life, where they all had to take off work, they all maybe had to find someone to watch their kids, whatever. That allows people the freedom.
Like, no one's really going to be late. Yeah. There's no traffic.
But that allows everyone the freedom to do those things.
I agree. That's why I'm telling you, I still to this day, I would love to have a Seattle wedding because I got like 20 friends who would come from here, and then everyone would have to come from the East Coast, and that would be, I just know it would set everyone off.
I just know how hard it is getting to weddings on a different coast, and I wouldn't want to do that to too many people.
Yeah, but like the people you actually care about would come out in advance.
Yeah, but I care about them, which is why I wouldn't want them to have to go through all that hassle. That's the difference.
But also,
that's the difference between me and Carla Marie. That is the difference between me and Carla Marie. Carla Marie is the person that goes, oh, but they love me and they're going to come for me. And I'm the person that
here's
says,
the difference.
But I love them. I don't want them to come for me.
The wedding would be so much cheaper out here that you could pay for the people you are closest with.
That's fair. Let's see.
Like literally an expensive wedding here is $30,000. An expensive wedding in New Jersey is... A regular wedding in New Jersey is $80,000.
I also wouldn't want to get married in Washington, mainly because I wouldn't have any real help.
Help?
Yeah, I feel
Doing
like...
what?
I don't know.
What do you have a planner for?
Yeah, but I just think your family still ends up doing things. You didn't do things for your sister's wedding?
Sir, I'm going to tell you right now, the last people you want helping with your wedding is your family.
No, because I got 2 brothers that I can rely on for like everything.
So what do they do? What are they doing?
I don't know. Carry things.
That
I don't know. Whatever I need them to do, they would do.
You've clearly never been in a wedding party that involved doing things.
No.
Exactly.
Mainly because as a guy, you just don't have to do a lot.
Anthony wants a wedding sweat factory.
Yeah, basically. No, as a guy, there's really not a lot you've got to do. Like, even at bachelor parties, all that stuff, like, guys are very low maintenance when it comes to wedding festivities for the most part.
Seattle Cocktail Club said if you only knew event planners in Seattle.
That's true. We do know Gillywagon.
We do. And on top of Gillywagon, my friend Angela has always said she would help plan my wedding because she was a wedding planner.
All right, moving on.
So done.
Do we have anything else on the list, or is that everything?
I texted my friend Hannah, at my friend Hannah in the chat, and I just sent her the link because we were talking about the Squishmallow that she's got to pick up, but now we're keeping it.
Why?
And we're going to sell it. Sorry, Hannah.
Oh, okay. Because that thing's not staying here. Yeah. There's already too many things in here.
Uh-oh. Hair came off.
Oh, now this just lost $18 in value of the Squishmallow. You can't even see it. There's a little...
Wait, Scotty said there is if it's a gay wedding. What, there's things to carry? What is it about?
Oh, no, I was saying there's less to worry about on it from the guy's standpoint at weddings. Like, I just remember you were the maid of honor for your sister's wedding. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of stuff going on. I feel like there was always some sort of hiccup.
Shower. Well,
everything.
It was also COVID. But
yeah, there was also 2 COVID delays, so that was a huge part of it.
Bridal shower, which you guys don't have.
No.
Although now, my sister didn't do this, but every one of my friends that have gotten married recently, their shower has men there as well.
Nope, not going. Not doing it.
You have to do the hold of a stick thing.
I don't do those. I couldn't.
Your best friend Steve did it.
I know. And I could not hate those stupid ass at bridal showers and baby showers. The whole like, oh my God, let's see who can change a fake diaper the fastest. If you like it, that's for you. And I am so happy that you're happy. However, for this guy, not for me.
I hate bridal showers and baby showers.
They're so weird. I also don't, this is going to come as a surprise to a lot of people, because I feel like when I tell people this, no one believes me. I actually do not like when the attention is on me. I know that that is weird considering what I do and what I have done for a living and the things that I'm good at.
Right.
Right? Like you could put me on a stage with a microphone to host something and I will do that better than almost anyone there. However, I do not like when all the attention is on me specifically. Even hosting, generally speaking, if you're hosting an event on stage, you're like the ringmaster and you're just trying to get people's attention into different places, right?
Yeah. It's not attention on you specifically as a human to celebrate you.
The things when there are those few moments in life that are meant to celebrate me or shout me out for something, I crumble. I hate it. I don't want to be there. That's the last thing.
So what do you think a wedding is?
The wedding I wouldn't mind, only because the wedding would be, I understand like the ceremony part, everyone's eyes are on you. I'll hate that part more than anything.
That's good to know.
But I want to throw a huge party where a lot of people are having fun. Once the ceremony is over, I don't want anyone looking at me. Just go party. There's going to be an awesome DJ. There's going to be like great food, all of that stuff. That's all I care about. I care about throwing a huge party.
I don't mind attention.
But I hate, you love attention. There's nothing Carla Marie likes more than attention.
It's truth. Court in Spokane said you have to show up to the bridal shower.
Nope, I don't.
Okay. Wendy from Brooklyn said at least when Sam gets married in November, you'll be already in town for Thanksgiving.
That is true.
Okay, true. There was something else I was going to read, though. Jen or Lisa, one of you said it about Lisa said at our friend's baby shower, we unwrapped all of her gifts, so all she had to do was look at it. It's so much faster, especially because they're normally ginormous and can't bend over.
Yeah.
However, what we did for my sister's shower on the invitation was be a deer, wrap and clear, and then everyone wraps.
Why even wrap it?
And this is what I said to my mom. I said, I'm telling you right now, if you ever throw me a shower and you tell anyone to put a piece of paper that's going to go in the garbage, I don't want a card. Just put a little sticky note on there.
So wait, what do you wrap it like cellophane?
Yeah, which is so bad for the environment. And wrapping paper is even worse.
Also, cellophane is just so loud.
I know.
I hate it.
So there will be no wrapping of gifts. I'm just going to do.
Court in Spokane said, I'm going to a wedding at an alpaca farm in New Jersey this fall.
Amazing.
That sounds awesome.
I think I know someone who got married at an alpaca farm. Someone I went to high school with.
But again, going back to I hate attention, but I will throw a big wedding. I love throwing parties.
Oxymoron.
No, well, yes, I'm a walking oxymoron. I get that. And I've tried to explain that to a lot of people, and everyone's like, no, but what's that one thing? And I'm like, everything about me makes no sense. But ever since I was a kid, right? I was part of the youth group in my church growing up. I was part of the party planning committee in my youth group. In college, let's rewind. In high school, I loved throwing parties, not because I wanted attention. I just liked seeing people have a good time.
Yeah, I was a part of every event planning committee.
In college, even when I threw parties at my college house, oftentimes I was outside on cop duty, volunteering to be on cop duty, because I just wanted to know that everyone was having a good time. Then I moved over to the promotion side of radio. And my favorite thing in the world was we would throw these huge events, these big concerts. Mm-hmm. Beatstock was one of them if you're from the New York, New Jersey area. And Beatstock was at an outdoor venue. It was 2 days, one in New Jersey, one in Long Island. And my favorite thing to do each night, after the hours and hours of work, the weeks and weeks of setting up and preparing, was when the last performer was on stage, I'd get right to the side of the stage, right by the curtain, and I would peek out. And I would see the 20 to 30,000 people losing their minds. And that was all the satisfaction I needed in my life.
And
that's the same reason. Plan
my wedding.
and that's the same reason. Yeah, whenever you find that person, Carla Marie, that's going to settle down with you, I will plan your wedding for you. Thank you. But yeah, that's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy, even when actually, think about this. I don't know if you remember this, Carla Marie. When we were doing our audition process for the radio, and we were getting like two new members of the show, one of the executives who was in the meetings with us kept asking everyone, like, oh, when you're at a party, this was his question for everyone. When you're at a party and you leave, what is that one thing that everyone thinks about you? What is that one feeling you leave everyone with? Because that's what it takes to be a good radio person. You need to like be memorable when you leave the room.
I don't remember what I said.
I don't remember what you said either. And everyone tried to come up with like a funny, it was a stupid question because it never got a real answer. But my answer was, I'm actually not the person that you remember when you leave the party, but you had a good time at the party because I was there. That's all I care about. And everyone that actually knew me in that room was like, that actually makes a lot of sense. I'm not like the wackiest person. I'm not the person that's going to do the craziest thing, but I probably got everyone in that room.
You remember me because I'm just probably yelling.
Yeah.
Not like being mean, just being loud.
Mm-hmm. Carla Marie at parties, she's very loud. She's also very handsy.
Okay, well, what I was just going to say about weddings that I absolutely hate for the bride and groom, especially and bigger weddings, obviously it's more people. Like everyone is literally physically grabbing you.
Oh, yeah.
And I will lose my shit. Like I don't know how to tell people, please don't touch me.
No, I actually say it.
No, and I say,
don't fucking touch me.
No, have you ever seen a bride? It's like, hey, can you come here? And I'm like, literally, do not put your hands on me. Please, thank you, goodbye.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to have 12 people at my wedding.
I hate, and my family knows this, so it's really not a problem for me. I just don't really like being touched. Like, my whole motto in life is basically just like, don't touch me.
Please.
Just don't touch me. Oh, man.
And then you got like the old people.
It's going to be the angriest wedding of all time.
Let me talk to you about your dress. No, ma'am, there is techno music playing. I can't hear you.
I do feel bad for the bride and groom because so many people are trying to get your attention. throughout the night, and so many people, and I get it, there's people that love you, right? The reason you invited those people there are because you have a connection with them.
It's a sensory overload day. Like, it's emotionally draining and exciting. Tacoma Swifty said, hire a day of coordinator. Best money I spent at my wedding. Yeah. I don't think my sister had one. I guess because the venue had one. But every single person I hear is like, it's the best thing ever. Because they're essentially like your bodyguards.
So what is different? It sounds like a wedding planner, no?
No, like you can plan your own wedding and then have a meeting with the day of coordinator and be like, this is everything that has to happen this day. Okay. Execute
and they're responsible for it.
responsible for it.
I would be nervous. Like, how early do you bring them into the process? Because I would be nervous to just throw everything on a person the day of, if that's what they are.
No, you meet with them before.
Okay.
But a lot of it is making sure you have a drink, making sure no one's bothering you, making sure you, like, hey, I need to make sure I get a photo with these 5 friends from college, and then that's on their list. They make sure you get that photo. Yeah.
I actually think, and I've seen this happen in our radio community, because when you grow up on the promotion side in radio, you know people who are really good at events. And I've seen my radio friends hire one another to be their day of planner, not their full wedding planner, but just the person who, now it all makes sense.
Right.
The person who's going to make sure everything happens on time.
Yeah, like all of the girls we used to work at iHeart who did production, I would hire any of them in a heartbeat.
I would trust all of them. Any and all of them. What else do we have?
Oh, there you go. Tacoma Swifty. She did so great. She joined me at the rehearsal dinner and the day of the wedding, and she made sure people didn't bother us and saved plates of food because we're so busy.
Yeah, that's another thing. I think a lot of couples just don't even eat because there's so much going on.
Watch me.
Let's see.
Watch me.
She taught me, said a coordinator is a blessing because trying to get a hold of the bride and groom day of is impossible. Yeah, they're probably busy. They can't really do a lot.
You should do that.
I'm too angry. Wouldn't work.
Be a day of coordinator.
Yeah. Because when people, especially with events, if people aren't doing the stupid thing they're supposed to do, that's very simple, I'll lose my mind.
Okay. I'm confused though. You just talked about how you did an entire concert.
Yes. Yes.
Sir.
Because I got to control when I was doing promotions and got to my promotions coordinator level, I was controlling a lot of the details.
No, but you will be controlling. It'll be on the list.
Yeah, but that's more of like I've got to check off things on the list. I'm not the one who implements everything.
Okay, you're weird.
I am very weird.
Anyway, you said you were a walking oxymoron, and Hannah wrote, you're a woxymoron.
A woxymoron.
And I love it.
No, I probably could be a good day of planner, actually.
Day of coordinator.
Coordinator, whatever.
Because at that point, you ain't planning shit. It's been planned.
Let's see. Anthony, have you ever had given a best man speech? I have not. I don't know if there's, I don't think I will ever give a best man speech.
Not for your brothers?
I think they'll be each other's best men.
That's sad. No. They don't like you?
No, that we do. It's just, I don't know, they're closer in age.
That's true. I think I am done with my maid of honor speeches.
You just did one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll do any.
I was one and done. I should drop the mic that day and never picked it up again.
So good. I did speak at my friend Dan's wedding, but he didn't have, his brother was his best man, but the way that they did their ceremony, it was in like an art gallery, and Dan had messaged a handful of us to be like, hey, I'm not going to do like a best man speech during the ceremony, but during the reception, but during the ceremony, if you guys would like to get up and say anything, it was like 4 or 5 of us maybe.
But you didn't read the email.
I didn't know that was actually going to happen until I was on my way to the wedding. So I made a note in my phone, tried to remember it, and then just got up and freestyled it as much as I could. Because I also didn't want to read from my phone in front of everyone. Mm-hmm. I kind of hate that. So
I would hire Fred the mailman as my day of coordinator, a'ka bodyguard. And then he could just fight people off. Fred
is in the chat. He also said he's given 3 best man speeches. I could imagine Fred being a very good best man speech giver.
Imagine someone trying to come near you and Fred the mailman just being like, no. But you have to wear your mailman outfit.
We do have to get out of here. What?
I got nervous. I know what time it was.
It's 9 o'clock. It's past 9 o'clock. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. There's something, and I understand. It's easier to read from your phone. You can scroll. You don't have to have different pages and get lost. You can make edits at the last second. I get all of it. I don't like necessarily seeing people stare at their phone?
Just because we've talked about this. The act of looking at your phone means I'm not paying attention to you. Yeah. I'm doing this. Obviously, in that moment, that's not what's happening. But it would be like someone doing a speech from a toilet. Like, you're not pooping at that moment, but we know that normally when you're in a toilet, that's what's happening.
But here's what I will say. I don't mind the phone as much at weddings as I do when I see professionals using their phone for notes, like interviewers. I've seen it in radio a million times. I've seen radio people or like real hosts, right? People who are getting paid to do something, get on stage and look at their phone or get into an interview room and look at their phone. No. That to me is like, just it's unprofessional. And it makes it look like you said, you don't want to be there.
I memorized mine. Whole thing. 5.5 minutes.
Oh, your speech? Yeah. You did?
Yeah. I had the papers because I was like, what if I go blank? Like I need to, you always need that part to start up again.
Yeah.
But nope. I had it in my hand and I was like, I just put it down and I wang it and it was great.
Wang it?
Yeah. I started adding things. I was like, feeling the crowd. Yep. And
you winged it?
Wang it. We had this conversation once. But my sister actually got her whole video back finally a year later, basically. And I forgot we have it. We should watch it.
No, I'm good.
No, because we're dancing in it.
I'm good. I just don't understand the reason I'd watch a wedding video.
We played my speech on here, actually, didn't we?
Yes.
But I have it now done properly.
Okay, we could play that. I'm not going to sit and watch your sister's wedding. I had a great time. I'd only need to relive it again if she was throwing that party again at her next wedding. Okay. So, you didn't get that joke that I just dropped?
Her next wedding?
Yes, there we go.
Didn't I start off? Oh, no, I was going to, but I didn't start the speech with welcome to my sister's first wedding.
Let's see. That is impressive that you were able to remember.
Listen, I used to give the best speeches in school all the time. I was class president. I had to do a speech at graduation, a speech at ring night, a speech at class night. I had to do the morning announcements, which I read.
You were definitely the girl that no one liked in high school.
No, I was from Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah.
Melissa Joan Hart.
Ugh.
That's me. 100%. Like everyone would tell you that.
I have a terrible memory. I don't like the phone. So my move is normally note cards. I think note cards are the way to go. Get a big ass index card and you're good to go.
Nerds that we're boasting.
Yep. All right. We are out of here. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Thank you for, wow, there's almost 200 people in here right now.
Why?
I don't know. It's been kind of fun.
Almost 200. I mean, 199.
That's what it says. I don't know if the counter that I have on here is correct, though. So I don't know. Either way, not important. As long as you're here, that's all I care about. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Thank you for getting us through the hype train again, which made it 7 days in a row of the hype train. We will be back tomorrow morning. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you listen to the Morning Show podcast. You can type in !! and the word podcast in the chat right now.
You still have my link tree.
Yeah, I'll change it tomorrow.
We have a whole thing.
All right, I'll change it.
Okay, and shout out to Jilly Beans, who is waiting to hear back from her dream job.
Oh, cool. Good luck.
All the good vibes.
I need this, though, Carla Marie.
Send them.
All right.